Last summer, I set out on a journey that would challenge every part of me, physically, mentally, and spiritually. It wasn't just a hike, it was a deep dive into the wild, a quest for clarity, and a connection to something larger than myself. My trek began just past Mariah's Pass, and I was about to embark on 3 days of solitude along one of the most iconic trails in North America, the Continental Divide Trail. The trail is about 3 miles from the summit campground here in Lewis and Clark National Forest. Most people think of the Continental Divide Trail as a way to check off a box on a bucket list, but for me, the CDT is something more. The trails connect me to the earth in a way that nothing else does, reminding me of the things that truly matter, the things that get lost in the shuffle of everyday life. I am actually on the Continental Divide Trail at Mariah's Pass. I'm hiking to Badger Pass. I'm hiking in the opposite direction on section 132 of the Continental Divide Trail. Let's go. Everything I brought with me, everything I needed, was packed into my backpack. But what I really carried with me was a need for space, a kind of space that only the wild can provide. It's out here that I feel my true self emerge, away from distractions, away from neon lights, away from noise, surrounded only by mountains, rivers, and animals that call this place home. The first day was all about setting the pace, allowing myself to step into the rhythm of the trail. It didn't take long for the weight of the world to start to slip away. It's gorgeous out here today. As my feet carried me further south, I felt the mental fog clear up, like layers of stress and worry just melting into the landscape. So my timer just went. I set the timer to hike for an hour and a half, and it just went off. I'm just starting though. I'm just getting going. I see how people strike off to just do a piece of it and end up doing the whole thing. I'm not gonna do that though. I left way too many things unattended, and I can't just take 5 months off. But yeah, this is definitely something I want to do. I expected to see some elk or moose or some majestic animal when I came into that clearing there, because look what's right at my feet. You know, when you're out here, you're not alone, even when you think you are. I came across my first bear on the first day, far enough away to feel a sense of awe, but close enough to remind me of the wildness of this place. Bears are often seen as dangerous, but to me they represent something else: freedom, untamed and raw. They're the spirit of the land, just going about their own business, living in the moment, not worrying about the things I sometimes overthink back home. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Yeah. Taking a break beside a creek, I couldn't help but think how nature teaches us just to be. There's something about being around the constant flow of water, the quiet hum of the forest, the presence of life that doesn't need to explain itself. It makes everything in our busy lives seem trivial. So the other way looks like I'm diverting, actually, because it was a switchback down to the ravine. I'm just keeping watch for that bear. I'll switch back up here. I still expect to see a bear or a moose or something. Oh, there's a burnt out area. Maybe I'll find where else. I hope there's some place to camp up here. This might be a good spot. I know I just go down after this. I've got buffer from the mountains, so it shouldn't get too windy. I am a little distance off the trail. If a bear walks by, I've got plenty of trees to hang from. Oh, look at that beautiful sunset. All right, I'm setting up. All right, so I'm all set up now to get some dinner. My dinner was just Mr. Noodles and some tuna, nothing camera worthy. But the events following when I tried to put up my bear hang, It's definitely camera worthy. It's moments like this that really humble me. I got it the first time. Up there, right over there. Hello. Well, that was hard work. If it was day, it was more light, you could actually see the trail. I did spot it when I was sitting up earlier. So I can tell if something or someone is approaching. I can see it now. You can't. But I'm comfortable knowing that they are on the other side of the creek, and the only way around is to get here. So until they start sounding like they're coming from this direction, I'm not worried. I know that's where they're living, is over there, where I saw them. I stumbled upon their house. So, of course, now they're grunting at me. I hung my food like way over there. I don't know if you can see it. That's 10 times zoomed in. It's at least 300 feet from my tent. But instantly, I heard the bear noises getting closer. I haven't heard them growl in a few moments. I did hear a twig snap over there. I'm not too worried. My food is way far away from my tent, and there's nothing inside my tent that they want to eat, other than me. Right now I'm going to have my tea and then retire. Enjoy this little glimpse of sun that we have. Well, that's my day one on the CDT trail, the Continental Divide trail. Good times. I really love it out here. Set up my tent, had a nice dinner, listened to the sounds of the birds and the bears and the bees, and took care of all of my business. This way beats sleeping in my car on a city street in Whitefish or Sioux Falls or Kalispell or wherever I go. There is no noise except for the bear, and he and I have a understanding. He can have my food if he finds it, but he can't come in my campsite, and he knows that. Just as when I went by his house, I didn't go in. He climbed up the tree, and I just kept on going. We have an understanding. So I know it'll be a good night. I'll see you in the morning. And as the days went on, I started seeing more wildlife. A black bear at a distance, moving through the forest without a care in the world. I realized that the closer I got to these creatures, the more I felt grounded in the reality of my own existence. They were out there living their lives with no distractions, no worries about deadlines or missed calls or anything else that clutters up our lives. It was a gentle reminder to me. Focus on what's important. There's a little fish in there.
I had a really relaxing morning. The night, though, was noisy. Between the train every hour and a big airplane going over, or a helicopter or something, and the bears, and then a lost duck. I don't know, she was squawking all night. And so I didn't get much sleep. Something did walk beside my tent at one point, and I just said, hey, and they moved away, whatever it was. Oh, I gotta crawl under this. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna break these off so I don't get myself snagged on them. And then we'll go under. Okay, I've got my pack on. It always gets snagged. It's snagged. Oh, okay, now I'm sitting on the ground. All right. Anyway, I didn't have a restful night, so I'm glad to move on and not spend 2 nights at that spot. I'm gonna hike about 3 hours. This whole section, section 122 of the CDT trail from Marias Pass to Badger Pass is 56 kilometers, and I've done 5 so far. So I want to do probably another 5 to 10 today, and then I'll hike the 15 back. And those are easy days. But I am hiking in the mountains, and I'm trying to get my mountain legs conditioned so I can do more of this. And the only way you can do that is just by doing it little by little.
Physically, the trail wasn't always easy. There were steep climbs, challenging conditions, and moments when I was pretty sure I couldn't go any further. But that's where the mental challenge comes in, pushing through one step at a time and realizing that the discomfort is just temporary. There's something profound about enduring these hardships because they're the moments that remind us of our strength and resilience.
Ouch.
In a way, the trail isn't just testing your body, it's testing your mind and spirit too.
Oh. I did it again. I got my boot wet. It's amazing how many mosquitoes are out here. I don't like it. Oh, I lost the trail. It just ends here. I guess it goes up there.
When you're sitting at the top of a mountain looking over miles of untouched wilderness, you can't help but feel like all the petty things that consume us back home are small in comparison. The beauty of the world around me, wild and pure, reminds me to appreciate the simple things. It's in these moments that I truly realize what's important: health, freedom, peace, and being fully alive. Being in a place like this brings so much clarity. It's like all the noise falls away, and you're left with your truest self. The connection between mind, body, and spirit becomes more tangible. Hiking on the trail, I find my worries from the everyday world seem smaller, insignificant even. Nature has a way of helping you reframe things.
That was close. I was just trying to get a picture of myself going across this brook, and I dropped the camera. It fell right into the mud. It missed the water, thank goodness. I'm excited for the rest. Let's go.
Even the simplest things become profound. I remember walking through a meadow of wildflowers, the wind carrying their scent through the air. There was a moment when I stopped and realized, this is what I've been searching for. Not for the big thing, not for the next plan or project, but peace in the present. It was as if the earth itself was telling me to slow down, breathe, and appreciate the beauty that's always there if we just take the time to notice it.
So I just ran into another hiker back there, just past the little creek, and I asked him how it was down here. He said 56 blowouts to Jackson Creek. And he told me there's a really nice campsite at the next one. So I don't want to step on bumblebees. The trail is not well traveled here. It's pretty narrow and overgrown, but beautiful.
By the end of the second day, I was truly feeling at peace. The physical strain had given way to a sense of clarity, of connection. The trail had begun to feel like a spiritual path, a journey that was about more than just reaching a destination. It was about reconnecting with myself, with the earth, and with what truly matters. I found myself thinking about how insignificant our little problems are compared with the vastness of the universe. There's nothing but you in the wilderness. There's no hiding from yourself. It's a place where you get real honest, where you're reminded that everything else can wait. By the third day, I was heading toward the end of my journey, and I knew that it wasn't just about finishing a hike. It was about carrying the peace I had found on the trail back with me into the world. The wild spaces teach us how to face challenges, how to slow down, and how to find our center. They remind us that we're part of something bigger than ourselves.
Guess what I can hear? One final push through this blowout section. Dawson's Creek. Okay, so we got a little flat area right here. Let's check out the creek. Gonna have to go over. This is how I get slippers on my butt. Ooh. I think this is Jackson Creek and not Dawson Creek. I don't know for sure. What does this look like to you? Anybody knows the area? Like, this is a spot I could set up in, but it's tiny. And oh, cool. I think that's where he said he waded across. So this is Jackson Creek, but this is where I'm gonna stay. Oh, I just went for a swim or a dip in the creek. Did that ever feel good? I soaked my toes as long as I could stand the cold water. We are right next to Glacier National Park here, so the runoff is cold, and it's refreshing after this hike though. I just can't get enough of this. Can I live out here? Oh guys, I am ready for the night. The sun hasn't even really begun to set, but I'm exhausted. It's about 8:30 and the sun stays up so late here. And I'm just happy camping. I made it to my destination. I am happy about that. And I hope I have a good night. No trains tonight. No trains. I can deal with the bears. I can hear them already. But there hasn't been really a lot of activity here. Not like where I was last night. So I think it'll be a much better night. Good night, everyone. How do you like my morning look? Good morning. It's 6 o'clock. I think it bird just flew into my tent. Looks like there's a little bit of frost in the ground. I'm going to check things out here. No frost. It's chilly though.
I'm not a fan of the cold, but crisp mornings like this at camp help me truly reflect my gratitude and appreciate all things. And as I finished the trek and stood at the end of the trail, I realized I had everything I needed.
Yay!
I wasn't just physically stronger, I was mentally and spiritually renewed. There's no greater gift than that. So, whether you're planning your next big adventure or just looking for a way to recharge, remember this: nature is always there, waiting to welcome you. You don't have to hike hundreds of miles or face down bears to feel the magic. Start small. Find a quiet trail, sit by a creek, or just step outside and breathe it all in. Out here, you'll find a kind of clarity that's hard to come by in our busy lives. A reminder of what really matters: health, peace, and the simple joy of being present. Every step you take into the wild brings you closer to yourself, closer to what truly matters. And trust me, the world feels a whole lot brighter when you take the time to connect with it. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey. It means the world to me to share these moments with you. Take care of yourselves. Leave a like, get out there, and as always, happy trekking.